everyone. Thank you so much for, oh my God, why is it doing the transcript thing? I don't care. Thank you so much for attending the communication webinar. The webinar is going to lead straight into the NCAA board meeting, which Lindsay will talk about more. And I believe we're giving a couple of minutes break in between. Okay, so it is being recorded. I just wanted to read out who's on call. So Lindsay's here. I see Churchill, Community Chest, Lyon, Douglas, EOB, and Carson represented. Leslie, CSA is not going to make it, and FCAA won't make it, and I hope the rest do come on. Okay, I'll share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Yes, okay. I shall start. Feel free to ask questions as we go along. This is going to be a pretty juicy deck because I have a lot of updates for you guys. The first one is federal updates. There is a COVID and Safety Net Innovation CASI or CASI TA initiative. So basically what it is OCS is inviting nomination from community services, from CAAs, and who have partnerships with TANF to participate in KC TA initiative. And this selected sites will work closely with OCS to receive training and technical assistance focus on designing and planning new approaches to strengthening the safety net, including collaborative structured partnership across safety net programs. So I have nominated EOB and Leslie was interested. If you guys are interested in this initiative, I can share the DCL with you guys. I don't have any other information than what's on the DCL. If you're interested, I do think it would provide greater visibility to Nevada and to agency, but you would need to showcase some type of partnership with TANF. So if you're interested, please email me after this meeting and just say you're interested with a little blurb, and I'll share the DCL, and then I can go ahead and nominate you guys. So far, as of now, EOB and CSA are going to be nominated because they've shown interest. Any questions? There's somebody called Tony. Is that you from Lincoln?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, I made it.
You made it. Okay, I'm gonna move along. As you know, the House passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill. It's waiting to be signed, and there's additional money going into weatherization and LEHEAP. I don't know how to pronounce that. And numerous clean and drinking water programs, grants will be established, and the full text is available here if anyone wants to go through that laborious language. Let's see, OSHA released the new vaccine testing policies for employees with 100 plus, and Caplo did a webinar last Friday where they went through that ETS, really broke it down and fielded questions. I also attached the recorded webinar in case it's useful for you guys. No questions? Okay. These are just stuff I wanted to remind you guys of. CSBG CARES funds can be used to address outstanding household water needs, just the CARES, but you can also use the regular CSBG and CARES for small scale plumbing repairs. I just wanted to put that out there in case you guys were not aware of that. I had a call with OCS last week, and I was such a chatterbox, talking you guys up and all the great initiatives we're doing and my close partnership with NCAA, and shared the success stories that you've passed along. And I did kind of bemoan the fact that I have not been able to get in touch with the WAP and the LEHEAP representatives in Nevada. I emailed the WAP twice, I believe. Second time connecting Lindsay. Did you hear from that? And so OCS I was like, I don't know what else to do, because I think they would be good contacts for the CAAs and to establish, the whole spiel. So OCS was pretty concerned about that and said they will hook me up with them, but let's see if they really do. OCS will be releasing the FY21 smart forms in December, they said. Another issue that I raised with them. And so this, if they do, you should be getting those smart forms in December. So it would be for regular CSBG and CARES as well. So that will, the reports will be due end of March, which means I'll have to adjust our CSBG calendar, but just keep your eye out on that in December, they are supposed to be releasing the smart forms. And once they do, I usually get it to you guys like within a day. We have received the first quarter CSBG funding, so I'm very excited. I keep on looking this way because you guys are all here and I can see all your pictures, so that's why I keep looking that way. And the other update I had was the same one. I said I'm going to include until December 3rd that you can opt in for 200% FPL instead of 125. And did any of you get to catch the CSBG reauthorizing hearing on November 3rd? No? Lawrence, did you?
Yes.
What did you think?
It was very interesting. Who on earth is Clarence, whatever his name is?
Carter. Clarence.
Carter.
Yeah.
He's a character.
So you watched it, Lindsay watched it, I watched it. I would love to have an offline discussion about what you thought about it. Not here because this is being recorded.
Right.
Maybe during the board meeting. We can chat about it then.
Okay, then we can chat about it, let the entire group know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the federal updates. GMU updates. So, oh wait, Eric.
Quick question for you. So you covered one of the executive orders with respect to vaccine mandates and testing that'll come due on January 4th. There's a second federal executive order that applies to federal contractors. And I've been trying to get an opinion on this from state reps because the funding that comes through CSBG is federal money. So I'm curious if at the state level, you all have had discussions about whether those of us who subcontract, for example, with CSBG, are we considered to fall under that category where we're basically federal contractors, because that's a more stringent executive order of the two?
I have not heard of any conversation like that, Eric. So I would say no, but I will double check with you. I think if that was the case, that would be coming down the DHHS pipeline pretty strenuously and crickets, nothing. I did field a question from, I can't remember, I think it might have been Nye, whether they were considered federal subrecipients or state. And I said, based on my understanding, you guys are our grantee, so you would have to adhere to the state, the governor's mandate.
Okay, so you guys are the federal recipients, which means at the state level, that second order will apply to you. It sounds like. For those of
That's what it sounds like, but let me double check for you just to confirm.
Yeah, and part of the reason I'm asking is because the guidance is not as clear as people would like it to be. So there's a lot of confusing messaging about what applies and what doesn't apply. Personally, our organization, we're not over 100 employees, so that first executive order doesn't apply to us. The second one, depending on the interpretation, could apply to us. And I'm just trying to make sure we as an agency stay in front of what's required of us.
No, that's pretty wise. Let me touch base with Connie on that.
Okay.
Lawrence, did you hear anything else? Because you have your own federal grants, right? Aside from CSBG?
Yeah, we haven't heard anything on this side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But that's a good question to ask. I'll ask.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. GME updates. So in terms of the FY20 annual report feedback that I provided to you guys, 5 of you guys have responded out of 12. The deadline is November 15th. You guys have to respond to that. A lot of the 5 that have, most of them out of the 5 just responded via email, and that's fine. I'm saving that entire email. Eric had some question about one of the feedback, which I'll address with you, Eric. It's on my to-do list, but this is mandated. All 12 have to respond to the feedback memo if I've raised any like questions or concerns. In terms of the final RFR submission for the 2 awards that closed out on September 30th, 2 CAAs have not submitted, or there's been questions on their RFR. So aside for those 2, I have reached out to the other 10 soliciting their supplemental paperwork. So December 1st is a deadline for that, and I've provided you with your allocation because I just couldn't hold back because supplementals take time, and I wanted to get that out. Some of you the date is from October, the start date, and some of you guys it's November, and that just depends on when we received your final RFR. All 12 CAAs have submitted the organizational standards, so I am in the process of reviewing. I'm very excited. I don't know why I'm such a dork. I'm very excited about doing that. Okay, so the CAA monitoring schedule. I am reaching out to the CAAs, giving them enough time. The first one to be monitored will be White Pine in January 2022. If you guys wanted, I'm looking back because my whiteboard's there. I have the first 8 covered, like the first 8 agencies targeted that I want to do monitoring for next year. Some of them are FRCs, some of them are CSBGs. If you're an FRC as well as a CAA, I will be doing you guys both at the same time. And I will be letting you guys know way ahead, like 2 months in advance, and locking down suitable dates with you guys. And it will be a full monitoring, and I'll provide you all the paperwork and all of those things. And it will be virtual, obviously. Any questions? Okay. This is the pipeline. November 15th, your feedback to my memo is due. Supplementals are due December 1st, which gives you plenty of time. For those of you who I haven't reached out yet soliciting supplemental, your deadline will adjust accordingly. Organizational standard. I am in the process of selecting standards. Once I do, I will email you guys in the first week and ask you, like, it's usually 9 standards I select per agency, and I ask you to provide evidence showing that you've successfully completed that standards. And those evidence will be due end of December. And then December 1st, we have our quarterly meeting. If you want anything on that agenda, please email me. Let's see. The spotlight for this week is Nye County, but I don't see Nye here anywhere. Did you receive an email from Nye, Lindsay, about them not attending or anything? Okay, so Nye had a bunch of stuff that they sent me in, but this was a really cool thing. They did a drive-through social service fair in Tonopah and Pahrump, and they had all these swag and resources collected from 23 local vendors, and they served 158 folks in Pahrump and 100 folks in Tonopah. So that was super cool, and they sent pictures. So please, guys, like Douglas, Churchill, Carson, EOB as well, like please continue, Lincoln, please send us success stories with pictures because I love it. My director loves it. OCS loves it. Yeah, it's a great way to raise your visibility. And that's what I pretty much have on my end. Any questions before I hand it over to Lindsay? Okay. I'm going to close. It's all yours, Lindsay.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Is everyone doing okay this week with the time change? We were just talking about that. I'm tired with the 4 p.m. darkness. My goodness. Eric, you seem to not mind it.
I think between that and booster shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I walk my dogs first thing in the morning, so I love the extra hour of daylight in the morning. I'm not walking in the dark right now.
That's true. That's true. I know. I'm trying to stay positive with it, but there's also a part of me that's like, okay, the winter solstice is only 6 weeks away. Days will get longer then. We can do it. So I'll share my screen. My section today is pretty short just because I've got a lot to go through in our meeting. So I don't want to double it up here. So let's see. Can you see? Good. All right. So I just want to talk a little bit about upcoming webinars and trainings. Just have a few coming down the pipeline that I think are interesting. And then we'll do a deeper dive into NCAA updates during our board meeting. So NCAP is relaunching their Pathways to Excellence program. They're going to be doing 2 cohorts starting in December and January. If this is something that you're interested in, please reach out to them. They recently did a webinar talking about this a little bit. I believe it was last week or the week prior, early November. Anyways, it's recorded. If it's something that you're interested in, want to do a deeper dive, feel free to watch that webinar and then sign up for this. The child tax credit is due November 15th. If you have families that still need to sign up for this, we have 5 days left. So kind of doing a big push for this over the next 5 days. Get the word out there. We've been posting it on our social. If you guys want to post it on your social, NCAP has some good social media toolkits out there for to use, which makes it quite easy to get the word out there that way. 2022 Management and Leadership Training Conference is coming up. It's going to be February 2nd through the 4th. I don't know if any of you have attended this before, but I've heard really good things about it. The association is going to be offering 5 scholarships to anybody that would like to attend. Please reach out to me via email or phone if this is something that you're interested in, and we can work on payments that way. The Boulder Advocacy Program has 2 webinars coming up that are pretty interesting. Some are going to be about lobbying, record keeping.
Lindsay, your audio's coming in and going.
Might be my headphones. Can you hear me okay now? Okay, I'll stop moving. Try to stand still. Okay, so 2 webinars coming up with Boulder Advocacy. I'll repeat myself a little bit here, but first one is on lobbying, rules and regulations with that, how we do record keeping and reporting. The second one is on advocacy evaluation and capacity building. This is a really great place to find additional resources on advocacy. I've recently been looking through their stuff and attended some of their webinars and have really enjoyed it. So it's not a platform that you're familiar with, might be worth checking out. NCAP and Cap Law are also doing board meeting minutes and resolutions. If this is something you're interested in, next Thursday, the 18th, they've got a webinar coming up for that. And then they also have a webinar on empowering communities, fair districting, and community action tool. So really interesting webinars. I know the partnership always has fantastic educational points for us, and so does Cap Law. Little extra plug, if you have not seen Cap Law's new resource center, you should go check it out. It's online. It's beautiful. It's really easy to navigate. Really, really well done. I recommend taking some time to dig through that. If you find yourself, not that we often do, but if you find yourself with an extra hour or 2 and want to learn something, or have any questions about a certain topic. They really, really have wonderful, wonderful webinars on there. So take a peek at that. Next, I just want to thank everybody who joined the needs assessment training. The feedback I've had was really good. I don't know if anybody on the call wants to comment on that, but I personally thought it went well. I think that the consulting agency that we used were very, very informative. They really broke it down, easy to digest. I'm waiting for them to send me a recording of the training that we did, but they have sent me all of their templates and all of the other information that they've provided or that they had made for us. So once I have that recording in hand, I'll send that out to everybody. Should have it soon. I've got the rest of the information, but yeah, I want to make sure everybody has that in case they need that. That's all the quick, fun little updates I have. Like I said, we will dive deeper into more NCAA stuff in the board meeting, but just wanted to give you some little oversight on some training that's coming up through the partnerships and other places. But yeah, that was kind of short and sweet on my end.
Great. I'm going to stop the recording right now.
Perfect.